Welcome students. I am Shubham Goyal and I'm gonna teach you about genetic algorithms in machine learning. This is the part 2 of third lecture in genetic algorithm lecture series. In this part of lecture 3, an example of genetic algorithm and its various applications are discussed in detail. The things which you have learned with the help of example to make it more understandable. Okay, so there is a problem for you. Let's suppose you are going to a adventurous holiday trip. It is a restriction that only a backpack filled with survival items, that too with maximum weight of 30 kg in total. That means your bag after filling the items can be maximum of 30 kg. If it is more than that, then you cannot carry the item. Now there is some item given to you that you have to select some items from this pool to put it in your bag for your holiday trip, and for each item you have some survival points. So here our objective is to maximize our survival points with the condition that I cannot carry weight more than 30 kgs. Basically, this is a problem of your 01 knapsack problem. Okay, in which there is a condition that, let's suppose you have taken the item sleeping bag in your backpack, then its weight is 15 kg and survival items are 15 points. Similarly, you can select other items also, but this is a condition that you will select 4 item, 5 item, or maybe 3 item, but together their weight cannot be more than 30 kg. But it depends on your selection criteria, that the items you are selecting and how much intelligently you are selecting the items so that your survival points can be maximized. So this is our a knapsack problem. Then we have to select maximum of survival points and with a condition of 30 kg in total weight. So let us solve this problem with the help of your genetic algorithm. First of all, initialize, that you have to initialize your population. Now what I'm initialized is I have taken 4 chromosomes or 4 individual or 4 solutions to my problem of maximizing my survival points. Okay, now here this one is, is representing that I have taken the item corresponding to serial number 1 or not, and 0 representing that I have not taken the item corresponding to serial number 2. Let us go to the previous slide. Let's suppose we can think that, let's suppose 1 0 0 1 0 0 means that I have taken this item, I have not taken this item. If this is 1 corresponding to the chromosome here, then you have taken the pocket knife. If there is 0, then you have not taken the pocket knife. Similarly, glucose biscuit, if the corresponding gene in chromosome is 0, then you have not taken this glucose biscuits with you. Then if it is 1, then you have taken this biscuits with you. Okay, glucose 1. So these are your initial population, and the complete string of 0 win corresponds to your entire chromosome, and simple gene is representing actually the item that you have taken this item or not. Here we are using a binary representation of my individuals. Okay, now next step. Now I explain this thing again, that how to calculate the fitness value for a chromosome. Let's suppose my chromosome is 10110. Now how I'm calculating the fitness value, or you can say the total of survival points. So here we have 3 ones in this chromosome. That means we have taken 3 items, that are sleeping bag, torch, bottle, and these are their corresponding weights: 15, 5 and 9. Now we can see that in total I have taken the weight as 29 kg. That means which is less than 30. That means this solution can be applicable to my problem, okay, of getting the maximum survival points. Now these are the corresponding survival points as per our problem corresponding to these items, which are 15, 5, 8. So in total I have taken 28 survival points with me at the weight of 29 kgs. Similarly, for other chromosomes also A2, A3 and A4, I have to similarly calculate these survival points, and this is the fitness value of my chromosomes. Okay, now let's suppose some person is taking weight 29 kg and still he is not intelligent enough to select the items very carefully and getting the survival points only 20, and some person like the one in front of us A1 and getting the value 28 survival point at the same weight. So these items must be carefully selected. So selection using roulette wheel method. So here we will perform the selection of the individuals for mating from the using the roulette wheel method, which we have discussed in our previous lecture. So for selecting the individuals from the roulette wheel selection method, what we have to do is we must have the fitness value and the corresponding chromosomes. Here is our chromosome 1, chromosome 2, chromosome 3, chromosome 4 for individual A1, A2, A3 and A4. Now we have the survival points calculating using the method I have told you, similar to the A1. Okay, now you have to calculate their percentages, that what's the percentage of their, or you can say how much the proportion their survival points are carrying. So that is calculated using the method I have told you, that add up all these fitness values, survival points, and if you want to calculate for chromosome 1, then divide 28 by the sum, then the corresponding value will be your proportion of fitness corresponding to your chromosome 1. Okay, similarly for chromosome 2, 23 must be divided by the entire sum of the survival points to get the value 23.7, that represents the proportion of the wheel covered by the chromosome 2. So this is the wheel, or this is the proportion corresponding to your roulette wheel. Here I have used 4 color codings to explain the concept in a much better way. Here green color is representing the first point, first chromosome. Red one is representing the second, similarly third and fourth. So here numbers are also marked first, second, third and fourth. Now here the values are rounded up for much betterness, or to explain the concept in a better way. Here the green color corresponds to 28, that means the proportion of the chromosome corresponding to the first chromosome is 28, similarly 23, 34 other things. Okay, now what we have to do is these are the values corresponding to your chromosomes. So what we have to do for selecting the two individuals for mating purpose in your crossover phase, that we have fixed 2 pointers on our board and rotate this wheel. Okay, now when the wheel stops, the pointers pointing the areas will be selected, or the individuals pointed by these fixed points will be selected for mating. Okay, now here I have selected these two parents using our roulette wheel selection method. Now we have to perform a single point crossover on these parents, and I have chosen this one third position as the crossover site. Now after crossover, what will happen is, now the some part of parent 2 or some genes of parent 2 will go to the first child combination with the some genes of the parent 1. Now similarly with the second one. So here the crossover sections will be shown with the help of yellow color. So this yellow part of the genes will go to the first child, and this white part of the genes will comes to the second child. Okay, so after performing this crossover, I have to perform the mutation. So in mutation, what I have taken is, I have taken this first child and randomly flipped one of the bit from the chromosome of the first child or the first offspring. So here I have converted 1 to 0. Now this one is the chromosome corresponding to the first offspring. Okay, now this completes your example here that we have performed selection, crossover, mutation. This is a basic example. Now you can have some more examples corresponding to it. You can have 2 point crossover or multi-point crossover, or you can also choose the uniform crossover. Okay. There is one more concept known as elitism. So here what we have discussed is that crossover and mutation may destroy the best solution to the population pool of the population pool. That means some of the solutions which are very good from the population, but the fitness value of the child produced are just somewhat good, but the child has replaced the some good solutions from the crossover and mutation. Then according to elitism, what we would decide is we have to select or we have to preserve some of the best solutions from the population pool, and this is defined in terms of percentage or the number that this much percentage I have to save after reproducing the new offsprings. Okay. Now these are some of the application areas where genetic algorithms are used. So let's discuss it one by one. Let's suppose in control domain. So in control domain, where it can be used is for gas pipeline, missile invasion, means to decide about that at what places I have to place the gas pipeline, because there are a lot of options available and search space is very big. So I have to decide that which one will be the optimal for me according to some fitness values. Okay, design, that aircraft design, keyboard design, communication networks. I can choose these genetic algorithms, and moreover, in case of robotics, trajectory planning. That means how and which path the robot should follow, because there are a lot of paths available to the robot which he can follow while moving from one place to another place. So these all can be decided using the genetic algorithm help. So these are some of the topics that we have learned today. First one is crossover and mutation, that how to perform the crossover of parents and how to mutate the bit, or you flip the bit of a offspring produced by the crossover. Now what should be the stopping criteria, because if there is no stopping criteria, then this program will go in an infinite loop that is not going to benefit to us. Now we have also explained an example of knapsack problem. Then we have discussed the elitism, and last one we have discussed some of the prominent applications of your genetic algorithm. Thank you for watching the lecture video, students. Do watch and understand the remaining lectures of machine learning lecture series. Thank you once again.